So Sorcery dropped again, and I've basically managed to progress my way back to where I was before the data wipe. And without the issue of stolen assets looming over the game, I can finally praise this game all I want. And like I said before, the game is great. So if you want to hear my first impressions, thoughts, but also my criticisms about Sorcery, make sure to like and subscribe, because 100% of my subscribers are subscribed, and it's kind of cringe to not be subbed, and it's lame. Also join my Discord, because I need people in my Discord. Anyways, lock in, let's talk about Sorcery. So if y'all somehow didn't know about Sorcery, it's a new Roblox JJK game with parry-based combat. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most fun I've had on a Roblox game in a while. I don't want to completely rehash my positive points from my last video, but I will say the combat is smooth, the animations are super clean, and this game has some of the coldest weapons I've seen in any game ever. I said it before and I'll say it again, it's super rare, especially on Roblox, where devs make every single attack feel satisfying and just excellent to land, and this game does that. And it's not just the combat either, everything in this game down to the movement mechanics feels super smooth. Even if it wasn't really the main focus, you can tell that the dev put a lot of time into, the non-combat sections of the game, which I can appreciate. But if I'm being completely honest, that's kind of where the real positives end for me. But there's also a caveat to that, in that some of these negatives aren't really negatives depending on what kind of player you are. More so, I'd argue that these negatives are more so just symptoms of the game being in early access, so let's talk about them. Sorcery has almost no PvE content at all. The progression is essentially just glorified bandit beating with some extra steps, and there's a distinct feel of emptiness with all of the maps. Even looking at all these big, cool maps that they have, there isn't really much to do in them besides just box niggas, which you better get used to, because you're gonna do a lot of boxing once you're done progressing. Speaking of the boxing in Sorcery, that's kind of my next point too, which is that as of right now, don't expect serious balanced PvP from Sorcery. This game is in Giga Beta Early Access, so there's probably going to be some pretty glaring oversights in balance and overtuned weapons in comparison to the rest of the game. But like I said earlier, that's kind of just a symptom of the state of the game that we're in, and it's definitely going to get ironed out over time. There's also kind of a lot of miscellaneous issues, like with progression, like how it feels almost completely random getting your curse technique, and the fact that you have to play, I think, 18 ranked matches to get your domain. It might have been 15, but playing any amount of ranked to get your domain expansion, which should be a core gameplay mechanic that I probably shouldn't have to play ranked to get, just seems pretty dumb in my opinion. Especially when the requirement before literally required no rank, so that disparity in obtainment methods seems kind of crazy to me. Do whatever you want, though, unemployed non-game dev type shit. After all that negative stuff I just listed off, y'all are probably thinking that I'm gonna tell you not to buy Sorcery, and to be honest, no. If you want my honest opinion, if right now you have $10 slaying around and you're not going to spend on anything, I think you should buy Sorcery. When I look at all the problems of Sorcery, I realize that all of them only really exist due to the game's early access state. This really is only the second iteration of the game, and I feel like they'll iron out all the kinks with more and more updates. I have faith that the PvE, ranked, and progression can all get much better because they have infinite time to make them better. And for essentially $10, you have the opportunity to test the game, have infinite spins, and essentially just do whatever you want in one of the most fun games on Roblox. The only really big turnoff that I see to most people is the frequent data wipes that are supposedly going to happen. I'm not going to lie, this kind of pissed me off too until I really thought about it. Not everyone's going to buy new slots. Them wiping your data is essentially their way of testing out new progression methods, testing out new changes. It's just how they're testing the game. Fully progressing a slot takes maybe an hour, and you literally have infinite spins through Mojito, so it's like it really doesn't matter. But I guess I see how that could be an issue for some people. Me personally though, it doesn't bother me that much. Before I end the video, I want to address one last thing, and that's my last video. I know that in my last video, it kind of came off as me hating on the game and the dev who made it. But that honestly couldn't really be further from the truth. Grimcure, or whatever this nigga's name is, stolen assets or not, put together an incredible game. And now that I can openly support it without supporting stolen assets, I can say with confidence that if you're not playing Sorcery, you are doing yourself a disservice. This game is awesome. If you have 800 Robux, buy Sorcery. If you don't buy Sorcery, just wait. I don't know if it's ever going free, but it is going to go down to 400, so just be on the lookout for when that happens. If I sound weird or my mic quality is different, I'm at my auntie's house. I'm here for a little while, so my bad, chat. But I don't know, I think that's really it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.